Film Companion gets you your film fix. Hit the bell icon and subscribe to get notified every time we drop a new video.
My challenge becomes that I'm playing this another small town guy, but how I can make it look different, sound different. I think that's how I try and make it more exciting for myself as an actor.
After PKB 1 and 2, even though they knew me, they called me the Panchnama girl. But there were three Panchnama girls. So I never had my identity set aside, per to say, but they still knew I was the Panchnama girl somehow.
Nusrat Raj, so lovely to see you. Welcome to Film Companion.
Thank you, and likewise, long time.
Hi.
Long time. Hi. You know, the two of you started your feature journey together 10 years ago with LSD, Love, Sex or Dhoka. It's been a decade, and in that decade, you know, both of you have seen sort of varying degrees of failure and success. Tell me, what is the one thing you admire the most about how the other has handled the career? Is there something that you look at in each other and say, wow, well done?
I think in Nusrat's case, I would say that Nusrat has been very selective about her work, about the kind of films she's doing, and most of them have been successful films. So that is something which I'm very, very proud of. And she has definitely grown as an actor. And in Chalang, I think she has taken that leap, as her film title is Chalang. And you will see a very different Nusrat from whatever we have seen earlier. Because earlier films, because they were kind of similar genres, so there was in a way some similarity. But I think Chalang has broken that image of hers, and now I think we're showcasing her in a new avatar. So yeah, I'm very proud of her selection of films.
Nusrat, for you?
For me, Raj, on the first set day of LSD, was he and Amit and I were the three people who got along the most.
Amit Syal.
Amit Syal. So I don't know how, but the three of us would end up hanging out outside when everybody's inside somewhere. We would chit chat, have coffee. I don't know how that connect happened. And over the years, I kept running into Raj, and I didn't run into anybody else. Like I remember when I was shooting PKP 1, which was my second film after LSD, and he was shooting a second film of his in Delhi. And we both were literally, this was his hotel and this was my hotel. So we actually said, how are we in just next hotels? And we caught up and we had coffee and we chatted about that. I remember another incident where I was on a road in a car and I was having a bad moment and I opened my eyes and there was Raj standing in front of me through the rear view and looking at me and he's saying, you're here. I'm like, you're here on a road. So we've had these random encounters. But I always feel and I've always held him very close to my heart because he gives me that hope and that strength that kind of stick on when the times get tough because they did get tough for him and they do get tough for me and of course times are tough. But he just powered through with his performances, with his work. I mean, I kept seeing him back to back in films, and he kept changing and challenging and pushing that limit for him. And I would just watch him in awe. I'm like, I really wish I would get a chance to do work like this, and I really wish I could have a career graph like this. And I'm trying and getting there. I am following suit, Raj. I am following your footsteps. So that's what I completely admire.
You know, Chalang looks like a lot of fun. But Raj, I was thinking that it has you playing another small town character with, of course, that distinctive accent.
मैडम नौकरी प्यारी है पर इज्जत थोड़ी ज्यादा प्यारी है.
And I was wondering, do you ever feel that are filmmakers using their imagination enough when it comes to casting you? And do you have any concerns that you might get sort of boxed in to these kind of characters?
No, I don't think so. I think for last 2, 3 years only that it has happened that I've been doing a lot of small town parts. But apart from that, if you see my filmography, there have been a lot of dramas and biopics, and it's not like I'm not going to do those films anymore. I probably I think next year I'll be doing a couple of them. So I'm very much open to all kinds of genres. Just that these are scripts which are I like these scripts. So for me, there was no reason for me to say no. Not thinking about the box office. Nobody knows what's going to happen to the box office, especially of course now though. Yeah,
Correct.
things are different. But for me, the sole reason to say yes to these films are the scripts, the stories, the characters. And then my challenge becomes that I'm playing this another small town guy, but how I can make it look different, sound different. I think that's how I try and make it more exciting for myself as an actor. Because otherwise, if you talk in the same lingo and have the same body language, same look in every film, then I think it becomes very boring for you and as well as for the audience. So
Yeah.
that's why I try and do something. I try and play with my characters.
Nushat, you talked about tough times. It's incredible. You had this big hit, Pyar Ka Panchnama in 2011. You said it was your second film. Then you have Pyar Ka Panchnama 2 in 2015. And yet, you didn't sort of really break out until Sonu Ki Too. Do you think about why that was? And at that time when you've had the successful films and you've had all that is necessary for a heroine, and you're still not getting the roles you want, how did you kind of power through that?
When PKP 1 and 2 came out, especially 1, um, see, the film in itself was a sort of premise where the film was about the boys and of the boys and for the boys, if you know what I mean. So we were just, I think all the girls were there to reach a certain effect and a cause for the film because it was a comedy and we wanted to achieve that effect, which is the reason why I felt that the girls got lost, because it was intended to focus on the boys, and that's actually not just PKP. But you pick any film, you will know what the film is about. So if you are going to be the mudda, as they say, of the film, then people will know you. But if you're only going to be a catalyst to that, then you kind of go into the background a little bit, and that was my main fight because I think after PKP 1 and 2, even though they knew me, they called me the Panchnama girl. But there were three Panchnama girls. So I never had my identity set aside, per to say, but they still knew I was the Panchnama girl somehow. And I always feel that every actor has their own journey and they have their own destiny. If it didn't happen in the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one, it'll probably happen in the sixth one. But the point is that you just enjoy what you do. And I love what I do. Enjoy is, I think, a lesser word. I love what I do. So I keep doing it and I keep having fun. And if that's all I need to lend to a film, then I will do that really well. I don't get bothered beyond that. But of course, when it comes to wanting to do films that you want to do and they don't come your way, I guess that's every actor's story. I mean, tomorrow, if I get a film which somebody else dreamt of and I didn't dream of, they think, oh wow, she got that film. मुझे तो ये करनी थी. अब वो मैं वो कर लूंगी, then I will say ये नहीं मुझे वो करनी. So it's a never ending sort of ambition, and I'm very ambitious. So I'm going to keep at it, and I'll try and keep breaking whatever stereotypes they put around me, I guess. So that.
Well, I have to tell you, I was very irritated on your behalf in Sonu Ki Too. I was like, how can he leave her at the wedding, at the mandap? I was just enraged by it.
I feel like I want to do one film where I actually do get married, and I'm starting to do that because all my films they leave me. So I'm like, great.
Raj, tell me, this is your fifth film with Hansal?
Sixth collaboration, if you
Yeah,
include
because
both.
the series also, including both.
Yeah.
As artists, Raj, how do you both continue to surprise each other?
I think more than him, it's my responsibility to surprise him because I think he knows me in and out now. So whenever he offers me a part, it becomes my responsibility that I should not remind him of my earlier performances with him. So I think that is a bigger challenge for me. But with Chalang, I think the genre, the script itself was totally different. So there was no really, there was never an issue for me to, that we're doing the same, either a biopic or a realistic drama again. It was a different kind of a story. It was more about having fun on sets.
But, but Raj, when you work with a director over and over again, he also has to inspire you, right?
Yeah.
And if you know each other's beats so well, where does that inspiration come from?
I think because I know somewhere I'm sure there are a bunch of people out there who have a lot of expectation from us when we work together. And we know that fact. We know that we can't really make, any random film. We can't really make a project. We have to tell the story very sincerely, very honestly, because I think that's a trump card that you see sincerity in our work. And in this film also, I think and Ansel sir is a very sincere guy in life as well. He's a really honest guy, and that's what I think comes across in his films as well. And in this film, I think the way he inspires me is, he's not that old, of course, but the way he runs around on sets and how he's so passionate about it, and still he keeps his calm. He makes everyone very comfortable on set. So I think that's just the whole environment that he creates on set. That's something which really excites me as an actor. I look forward to go on his sets and perform.
Tell me, in these past few months, when we've all been, locked down and life has changed so much, what are some of the things you've done that your job ordinarily wouldn't let you do? What have you discovered about yourselves?
Forget the job that wouldn't ordinarily let me do that. My personality would never let me do that. I was somebody who never cooked. I burnt even things in a microwave. Like I would leave something in the microwave and forget to put the stop button or a timer button, it will be burnt. So my friends have a common joke: do not go to Nusrat's house and eat anything that she's cooked or heated. Order out. So I'm terrible in the kitchen, terrible. And in this lockdown, I have cooked everything for everybody in my house, lunch and dinner. And I just don't know how that happened. I just took to it and I cooked these dishes that I never thought I would cook. And I did household chores that I never thought I would put myself in that routine of doing. But I enjoyed it. So I would wake up in the morning with my mom and make a menu. What are we going to do for lunch? Then what are we doing for like breakfast? Are you going to have tea or coffee? What are we doing for dinner? We would get ingredients, look at recipes, and cook together. It became another extended part of a family bonding and like a household coming together, which was very
Yeah.
interesting. And I did realize that that's maybe what I was missing. I just looked at it as labor work. Like itna kaam karna padega, mere ko nahi karna. I can't go into the kitchen and work so much. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
And for you, Raj?
For me, this lockdown actually really helped me to do some, self-realization or self-introspection. Like I was, from last 3 years, I was just working non-stop almost every day of the year. So it just gave me those 8 months of time just for myself and with myself. So I was doing a lot of online, masterclass about acting, about screenplay writing. I think it was just important for me to go back to my basics. You need that the training
Revision.
again, that revision again. So it was a very productive time for me. I had attended a lot of online workshops, and I tried cooking as well. So I did a lot of good things. So I'm very happy with this lockdown. But now, of course, everybody is being impatient and we want this COVID-19 to just go away and never come back.
Yeah, yeah. I remember, Raj, you had told me in an earlier interview that when you had just started out and you were auditioning every day, and all day you would audition going from one place to the next, but every time when you came home, you made sure you did something that connected you to acting.
Yeah.
So you either read script, or you just did a scene with a friend that was there, or you continued, just because you said that was very important to keep that alive and to keep that going.
Yeah.
You've been able to do that through the lockdown, is keep that acting, really nurture the actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Nawaz, in fact, was saying to me that when he goes back on set, he said, I'm going to be a different actor because I've watched some 200 movies in these last 8 months. Do you guys feel like that when you go back on that shooting floor, that you might do things differently?
I don't know. I can't comment on that right now, because if I say yes and if it's not different, then yeah, you'll catch me again. But I think that there's something has shifted, definitely.
Yeah.
Something has changed from inside, from within, and I really hope that that comes across on screen in my whatever next film I do. But yeah, I also have seen so many of films and series. I'm sure, like
Same.
all of us. So that could definitely help somewhere in our performances. You get inspired by a scene or by a film, and you try and read about that how that actor has done this so beautifully. So that could definitely help. So I'm looking forward actually to go back on film set now, because I think there's definitely would be something new and something exciting about it.
I'm just going to add something. I don't know if I'd do something differently if I go on set, but I think I'll understand the set differently. I've seen so much
Yeah.
that I feel like when I go there, I will understand the director's language, the DP's language, the storyteller's language. I just feel like I'm going to get a better understanding of the story and the world that I'm a part of today. I think it's a new vantage point. You just see it differently from a new point of view, and I guess that's what uh, art is. You just see it from
Yeah.
different point of views.
That's
So,
great. That's wonderful. But Raj, was it emotionally difficult for you in the past couple of months? We lost Irfan, who in a sense was your cinematic mentor. He's the one who sort of paved the way for left of mainstream actors. We lost Sushant, who was, your co-star in an early film. Was it emotionally difficult for you to process that?
It was very, very difficult for me. Uh, I think first Irfan sir, then Rishi sir. And Irfan sir is somebody, and I met him in London, when he was getting treated there. And he's someone I've always looked up to. I've learned so much from him just by seeing his work. And I know he really liked me. Now when I talk to people, people tell me like so many stories that, Irfan used to tell this, say these things about you, and he saw your this performance, and we had a full session about your performance. So it's very emotional now to look back and revisit his work. I sometimes I go back on YouTube or just to see some of his work, some of his scenes, because that's so refreshing and so inspiring. They can never be another Irfan Khan in a film industry. He was the only one, and he would always be the only one.
Yeah.
And with Sushant, of course, again, I did Kai Poche with him. He started with me in his first film, and that also came as a big shock. Like I sometimes I still can't believe that he's not there anymore. It's very tough to handle, and it was very tough to process that such a young bright star is not there with us anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
tough times.
But you got a very exciting month ahead with Chalan, with Ludo. That trailer looks just incredible, and the things you're doing in it. The first look of the White Tiger, which looks so interesting. Of course, all of these films are on streaming. Tell me, both of you, do you feel, or is there any concern that these projects might not advance your careers in the same way because they're on streaming?
I think people who want to watch these films, they would definitely watch it. Because I think if they like the trailer, they'll watch it. So it won't matter. The reviews would come out. The only thing is box office won't be there, so you won't know commercially if it's a successful film or not. But apart from that, I think nothing really matters. I think Amazon has such a wide reach, Netflix has such a wide reach, so it won't matter because we make films so that people can watch those films and people can see our work, and that would definitely happen. So now I think now it's done and we can't really do anything about it. So we are very happy with the fact that at least it's coming out, and it's coming out on such a special occasion, which is Diwali.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like it's going to be for the better. At least when I mean for artists and actors and writers or directors, because not only does your work get across to all the people you want to get across to, but also that line blurs, because I feel when a film is commercially hit and successful, sometimes you forget the measure of I wouldn't say talent, but I feel the art. Like sometimes the commerce plays an angle into what you want to do and what you should do. I feel when you come on an OTT platform, you standardize that process of viewing because you're going to sit at home and watch it. And when an audience sitting at home relaxed and watching it, I think he's going to be able to understand it better, and he's going to be able to choose what he likes and what he doesn't like better. So then we go back straight to the audience choosing and picking.
Yeah.
And I think that works better for films in terms of a screening process also. I feel like it will get better for all of us creatively.
is it less pressure, guys? Is it just less pressure to not worry about Friday opening kya thi?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, the pressure is way lesser than that. But also the thrill of that Friday, that's also is very exciting. That,
Yeah.
how people are going to react to it, what's going to be the result on the first day, or oh wow, it's picking up in the evening shows. So I think that thrill of that weekend of those next 5 6 days is quite exciting.
It's a different magic. Like
It
can't
is.
explain.
I agree.
Because
I,
these, of course, people watch with as per their own convenience,
Correct.
which is also a great thing.
Hmm.
You can watch it at your home as per your own convenience.
yeah. In my sort of great entertainment world fantasy, streaming and theaters will coexist and live happily ever after.
Absolutely, they will.
है ना?
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
That's what I hope for. Finally, tell me, what's the most exciting thing about being young, successful actors today?
Most exciting thing.
Yeah, what's the most exciting thing? What do you love the most about being an actor in this time?
For me, I think it'll be the fact that it really empowers me. Like I feel like I'm able to express myself through films and characters, and a part of it also through social media, because I genuinely believe that it's an integral part of my life. It just really gives me that validation, that sort of impetuous to say that this is who I am, and this is where I stand, and this is where I want to go. So it just empowers me, and I feel like it's a great time for actors, for creative writers, for directors, for scripts, for stories. I think we're evolving, and I'm very happy we are at a time like this where we get to push that envelope slightly more by the choices we make. So I hope I can get to do that.
Me, I don't know. I've never really seen it like that. That what has changed in me. I think I'm still the same. I don't really think that, I've become this actor now that people know of. I really love what I do. So I don't see it differently ever. For me, this is my work, this is my world, and I go back home. I'm with my loved ones. I'm very happy. So this is the life I want, nothing else.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Listen, thank you so much and good luck for Chalang. I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you, Anu ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
you.
Bye.
Hi, if you like this video,
Subscribe to Film Companion.